CCF. I think it's a awesome show.
All right.
I miss Shirma's voice. Every time I think CCF, I hear Shirma's voice.
They retire me, I didn't retire myself in that regard. They retire me.
I was going to ask you, in terms of preparation for youngsters, how difficult it is for the bands themselves in getting those youngsters prepared for Junior Panorama? And have you been going? I know you said you've been going around the various tents, and how is the preparation part of that?
So it starts in September of the previous year.
Yeah.
This is where the learners program will start. It's a rigorous program to help you get technique, skills, learn the instrument. Then you move on into learning songs of a lesser difficulty, right? And you keep introducing songs to a greater difficulty. So by time the panorama practice start, the children should be at a level where they're able to execute. Now, at the Panyard, you now have experienced junior players or senior players, those that were there before. Yeah. So because you have the younger amongst the older sets, they're able to kind of lean on that person for some assistance and techniques and stuff. So it doesn't...
And molding, if you
right. Yep. So the arranger focus on giving the music, right? It may be difficult sometimes because sometimes it's challenging, but when they get it and they feel it, because rhythm is something inside. Yeah. So once you get that rhythm and you understand what the arranger wants to give and everything comes together, then it's just practice. You don't want to peak too early. You peak too early, it doesn't run. Yeah. It doesn't work out right on stage for you.
All right. I'm trying to understand that one. When you say don't peak too early.
Right. So peaking too early could put you in an overconfident position on stage. You could either play too fast, play too loud. There's just so many things when it comes to execution of music. So it's like an athlete. They have a season and they need to peak for that time.
Okay.
Right? If you peak before, it means that when that time comes, you could collapse.
All right.
So you want the band being in sync, everyone being in sync at a specific time. And most bands try to get their peak yesterday. It will run off into today. And then tomorrow, the situation is that you won't have much practice time.
All right.
You will get practice time, but you won't have much practice time. So you want the players to be, the reflex actions to be so natural that all nerves are gone, all little areas that were messy, all of those stuff are cleaned up. Yeah.
All right. So the night before Panorama, that's when you should go to the fan house.
All right. So that's
when the Angel Harps come out on the Port Highway, and who come out, New Dimension comes out into the street.
Yeah.
Remember, a lot of them are enclosed.
Yeah.
So, in order to get the feel of the open stadium, they come out into the open
that's when they come outside.
Yeah, man.
Because the open airs are different.
They're totally different.
Totally different from playing
and in the indoor.
The
acoustics are different.
Yes, and the song bounce back faster, so you cannot hear where certain sections are weak or may need improvements or mistakes have been made. You don't hear it that easily. When it's open now,
you hear it all.
And then you're able to adjust, change.
Okay. I always wondered why for that purposes, because for months you will hear them in the enclosed in the band house, as they will call it. You hear them and they're practicing for hours, and then a week or two before the Panorama, you see they come out. I always wondered the reasons why for that.
Yes, you have to come out to tune your ear to hear your section, and it's for the players, and then it's for the organization, the arranger, so that they can listen and make adjustments.
Make corrections where they're needed.
Okay.
Let's get to the big day.
Yes.
The big guys.
Senior Panorama competition, and you said fantastic.
Yes. Fantastic Saturday.
Yes.
That's the brand that is by Spice Mass. Our team this year is our journey.
Yeah.
Right? And the Grenada Steven Association, along with Spice Mass, will, produce the show in such a way that it depicts what the team says.
The journey.
Right? Now, for Fantastic Saturday, August 10th, as Shirma said before, we have 8 bands. Dipping has already occurred, so I'll give you the order of appearance. So the first band, Co-op Band Comancheros. Then we go to Grenville, IMA Grenada Rainbow City All-Stars. The third band will be Grand Roy Pan Angels. And then we go to the fourth band, Nexa New Dimensions. Now, Nexa is the defending champions for the Senior Panorama. So everybody will be gunning at them. Fifth, Florida West Side Symphony. Sixth, Blast Pan Wizards. Seventh, Republic Bank Angel Harps. And eighth, Pan Osea.
Okay.
So the big boys, you know, and they're just waiting for Kiddies Carnival to come to finish. Because
we still say Kiddies Carnival?
Yeah, well,
why not? You're from the old school.
I'm from the old school, you know.
I know it's a children's carnival frolic.
Kiddies Carnival. Kiddies Carnival take us right back to the Richmond Hill tennis court, you know. Watch yourself. That's a long time ago.
So once that's over, the bigger bands at this point, while they're practicing, they're still in ease. Why? Because Pan has become so diverse in terms of age of players, and even gender. A lot of females compared to males before. However, a lot of the youths that play at the CCF Junior Panorama, their skill level is as good as players in the 80s, 90s that would have been for Senior Panorama. So now, when they're over with that, those kids are going to be practicing now also with the senior players at the night, and that's where all the action, the late hours, food, you know, panyard limes.
It's like a camp.
You know.
I have noticed it over the years. I mean, as I told you, I lived next to Japan, so I know I've seen it, but you know, I never went over. Is that sad?
Shame on you.
Is that sad? Is that
Listen,
sad?
The music was hitting him so good.
The music, I could hear everything.
He didn't need to go.
I could probably tell when mistakes are made and stuff. I could probably pick that up, but I have just never went over.
He's in VIP.
Well, I have had the privilege of Pan growing up from the 60s. I mean, living on Tyrrell Street, which is, by the way, part of the wharf. So I've had all of that, right up to Angel Harps from way back when. And of course, I lived in St. Paul's for quite a while as well. So Comancheros again. You know, I'm a lover of Pan in the true sense of the word. And I think this year's Panorama, and Alan is the PRO of the Pan Association. Am I not correct?
Correct.
Right. I think that folks are going to experience Pan with a difference, a panorama with a difference in a big way, and reflecting on the journey. Of course, we know that we've come a whole 50 years from independence, and Pan has been there even before that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So understanding that you're talking about a journey, it tells us a lot is going to be unfolded on Panorama Night. A lie?
Shirma doesn't lie.
Exactly.
I never lied. But he said it in a way someone may think different, huh?
Well,
he said it doesn't lie. So
a dozen, 12 lies.
Well, that's the Creole way of saying it.
All right.
Yeah, I know, Alan. Yes, I know that people have been saying in the past that Pan plays a lot of songs on their own, that their own renditions that people are not familiar with, and that sort of turn people off because they get to the park and they're hearing a song for the first time. What I've noticed this year, a lot, if I may say, maybe all the Pan orchestras are going to be playing local music.
Yes, local. So in the past, what I would say is, it was still local music, but it was now, let's use David Peck Edwards, the late David Peck Edwards, and James Clarkson. They will compose their own music.
Well, I should not have used the word all local. They were local.
Right? They were local.
They will compose
their
own music, and then they will get, you know, a calypsonian to sing. But that song wouldn't have been a popular song during the season. right? So it may not have enough radio time for fans to know. However, the following of Pan back then was so massive that you know the bands followed it and they know what's going on.
Followers of the band will know the song. Yes.
Time changes, people evolve, and people look for something different.
Yeah.
So,
and not only that too, Alan. In those days, Pan was about communities.
Yeah.
Yes.
The communities really had an investment into the Pan that is in the community. And when Panorama comes around, it was war in the park. You know what I mean? Because each band had a side of fans in there with them. And that evolved, as you said, over the years. Mm-hmm.
And so the association, along with its members, decided, well, just the arrangers themselves and the bands, they decide we go into the more modern aspect of selecting recent songs. It could be 3 years back, 4 years back. It could be a song that was really good in the past, never was played in Panorama, and now it's been playing. And I'll give you an example. Like for the junior band, Angel Haps is playing Sparrow by Ajamo. Corp Bank and Next A New Dimension are playing In My Head by Glen.
Yes.
Right? So that's not a this year song, it's a last year song.
The last year song, but the popularity of it now.
Right.
Yes.
Now Grand Roy is playing Soca Feeling by Black Wizard.
Yeah.
Right? IMA Grenada, Rainbow City All-Stars is playing Welcome to Spice Mass.
All right.
Right? And Panacea is playing Come to Party by Super Flying Flint. So the bands they understand, and all in the interest of you want your event to be successful, you want your event to grow, you want persons to get attached. It was different in the past, it's a different direction now. You have to adapt. If you cannot adapt, you cannot grow, and bands have made those decisions.
If I had to ask this, selecting songs of that nature that may have a level of popularity and the players may know the song because they've been heard on the radio, has it made it easier for the arranger in terms of getting that song and the players per se in terms of performing it also?
So the arranger would choose a song based on his or her likeness.
Yeah.
It's not that we put a list of songs. The arranger choose their song, know their capabilities, know their abilities of their musical intellect, that they could work this song into being a winning song. And that's how those songs are selected. Some organizations, and I say organizations, Steve Band's organizations, they may have a list of songs that they present to the arranger. The arranger will now take these songs and figure out which one is best.
Yeah.
I've known situations where bands start a song and then they drop it, and it's a totally new song. And
then the arranger now have to put his personal touch in terms of the arrangement factor into that now.
Yeah.
All right.
What's happening with the senior bands now? What do the song lists look like?
I am scrolling into
You're
that.
getting into it,
yes.
Because I know sometimes too you find the song that the juniors would play, the seniors may very well play that as well. It happens that way, and it gives the band a tighter situation, because bringing the juniors into the seniors,
because
the juniors would already learn the rudiments of the music.
It's easier for the arranger too himself.
Yes,
you understand?
yes,
it's just from going from one stage to the other. Yeah, and sometimes the arrangement factor that may have done for the juniors, it may just be at just a little bit of a higher level for the seniors now. All right.
And I mean, I am confident that the Panorama this year, with a difference, there's going to be it's going to be, from what I gather from where I sit, a holistic produced event.
Because I was just going to ask, what's going to be what is really the spectacle for 2024 in Panorama?
You have to come and see.
Yeah, yes.
I can tell you the ticket prices. Yeah. It's very family oriented.
All right.
$10 for children up to age 16, and or youths, I should say. And for adults, it's $50. So a family could have a good budget.
That's encouraging.
Yes. Pan is a family thing. It's family, it's community, as Shirma said, and we want to be able to get persons to come in their numbers because, you know, when you have pan events, most of the time there's family coming out, you know, right? So come to the event and see what the Grenada Steel Band Association has to offer, along with Spice Mass for Panorama 2024. Right?
And bearing in mind that a lot of people complain that they take a very long time to move from one pan to the next, and it's usually a little bit of, you know, you sit there waiting in anticipation. All of that is going to be changed this year, from what I understand. Because
but maybe we shouldn't give out all that.
No, we're not giving. But the point is, you have to say to folks, listen, don't expect to come. Pan this year and see how you almost fall asleep. That is not going to happen in 2024. It's not going to happen. It's going to be taken on a journey of pan that is going to be exciting. The focus is on pan.
Yes.
The focus, remember folks, the focus is on pan. And pan is a very important part of our cultural landscape. Yeah?
Yeah.
So when you get to the park, there are going to be some exciting things to happen, focusing on pan, that you certainly do not want to miss.
Something going to keep your momentum rolling for the entire evening.
Oh yeah.
From a Pan Association point of view, how happy is the Pan Association in terms of the development of Pan in Grenada from then to now?
Oh, we are pleased. However, there's always room for a lot of improvements. So that Pan could get to that comfortable level where you could just sit back and say, yes, we have done, you know, it's now a natural something. Where Pan is not an afterthought, but within communities, schools, children, this is something that the Grenadian people want to do and be a part of. Let me tell you something. Pan is in Japan, Finland,
all over the world.
Europe, Africa. However, the Caribbean, I'm saying Grenada, Trinidad, is the birthplace of Pan. You don't want to lose your culture, right? And the Grenada Steel Band Association, our motto is together we play, together we stay. And together, this culture should be a part for more than 50 years, more than 100 years, just forever.
All right. I mean, I've been noticing also lots of events have been happening year-round. From years past, you know, I've been here, Pan on the beach, and all of these things been taking place.
Pan all over, Pan in the church.
What more would you like to see in relations to Pan in Grenada? I mean, when all that has been taking place, what more would you like to see on a personal level?
Arts Festival.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said Arts Festival, being involved in Pan when I was a teenager, GBSS, it brings that level of camaraderie amongst bands, you know, bands, schools, you know that, like what SAS and GBSS have.
Yeah.
You know, you want to have that personal title. You want to be able to learn something in music. You know, I want to see that come back from my experience.
Like because a call,
right? Because what it did for me, you know, what it did for me was, you know, there are persons that I've met through Pan that I cannot regret, you know, the impact that they have on my life.
All right.
You know, and I think if younger persons, you know, we sometimes say, you know, crime and violence and stuff. Let me tell you something. When I told my mom I wanted to join Pan in the 90s, she said, no way.
No way, you're not going there.
She said, them drug boys and la la la. So there was a Sunday, Angel Abs had a jamboree in Tantine.
Yeah.
And when I went down there and I saw the kids from Alpha, St. Mary's, Mother Rose, and I was like, but no, this is not what it is, you know. So I didn't tell her nothing. I just sit down and listening to the radio whole time for the learners program. Learners program, I listening, and eventually I heard it and I went down and then I told her, I said, Mom, I joined Pan, you know. So she was vexed, but my dad was like, leave the boy alone there. You know, daddy boy. Anyhow, I got in there and I was able to play that was September. By February, I was able to play Pan for GBSS Sports.
All right.
I met persons like Devon Lacrette, Marlon Bouzou, Andre Greenidge, the arranger in Cheros, and a bunch of persons that today we're still friends, and Andy Chichester, James Clarkson, and the impact those persons had, is everlasting.
All right. There you go. So next time, folks, when you youngsters say they want to go play pan, remember that there's so many great benefits in the pan movement in Grenada. So let them go. Let them enjoy it. Let them learn new skills and learn a lot of discipline along the way as well.
I agree.
So I have the list of songs for
the pan, yes.
Senior Panorama. So Panosia will be playing Welcome to Spice Mass. Blast Pan Wizards is also playing Welcome to Spice Mass. Rainbow City All-Stars is playing Only 50 by Scholar. Right? Grand Roy Pan Angels is playing Sweetness by Ajamo. Florida West Side Symphony is playing In My Head by Vaughn. Next New Dimension is also playing In My Head by Vaughn. Core Bank is playing Simple Policeman by Skylark.
And that's an old one.
And that's
an old song.
And Republic Bank Angel Apps is playing Hurricane by Inspector.
Again.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
So you have a good range of the journey of Calypso, and you could have the journey of Pan within the selections, because you have old
and modern,
to modern.
The option of more than one bands playing the same song, how does that resonate much?
It's a wish that everybody could have a different song, but it's your personal like.
Yeah.
And, while two bands may have the same song, the delivery and execution may be vast different.
Based on the arrangement.
Based on the arrangement.
Yes. But it's an interesting challenge. It's like 2-3 artists singing on the same rhythm.
Yes.
Now they have their own lyrical content.
Yes.
So the arranger has his own, arrangement.
His arrangement for that particular
for that song.
Even though it's the same song.
So, if I just go a little into what the score sheet will require.
Yeah.
If both bands are playing the same song, their motive, which is something in the song that repeats, should be similar, not in the same way. So whether it's all in my head, you should be hearing that throughout the song. That's the motive.
Yes.
The verse and chorus, which should be identified, should be similar.
Yes.
But when you go to introduction, it should be different. Melodic development should be different. Arrangement should be different. So those different stages brings out the personality of the arranger, or what this band will sound like, because every band have their own signature song, their own style.
Yeah.
But if I have to ask a crazy question, suppose two arrangers are thinking the same way?
That is a crazy question. But saying that though, for example, in Pan Expression, there was a particular band, the motive, as you said, was totally lost within the arrangement.
Yeah.
You couldn't identify. You must be able to identify with the song that the band is playing. And once you can't get that, that's a losing rendition right there. And I noticed that, I wouldn't call the name, there was a band that did not, you couldn't identify with the song, and they lost it. Either it wasn't there or it wasn't sufficiently there, and that could kill a arrangement as well.
All right.
Well, I think we would have really exhausted the conversation.
I mean, but it's good to find out all the information that we have found out.
$10 for 16 and under.
Yes, that's
and
for the senior.
$50 for the senior. Yes. Panorama Fantastic Saturday. Tickets are out there available.
Yes. And for persons attending, just to spill a little beans, there will be, should I say, door prizes? So there will be prizes to win at Panorama. So you got to be in it
to win it. Okay. Is lotto. No, folks, this is real serious.
All right.
From what I know, this year's Panorama is going to be a bomb, a blast, whatever you want to call it. You just cannot afford to miss Panorama in 2024.
Yes.
You'll be left out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So come on down to the Kirani James Stadium. What time it starts? 8 o'clock?
p.m.
8 p.m. sharp.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been having some folks calling, and maybe someone wants to just make a minor contribution before you leave. Let's hear from this caller, see, of course, what they would like to say. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Hello, good morning, GT.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. So I've been listening to the program. I think something that missing to get the pan movement even going further is like the history of the bands. What the bands have achieved over all the years. I think we need to promote a lot of that so that people, the audience, will have a more sense of, okay, where the bands are located, the achievement over all the years. I played pan for over about almost 20 years. And I think that is something that is lacking and missing. That is why sometimes people don't really get to know the movement of the steel band. So I think if you take that into consideration and try to do a more promote of these things, then we're going to see a lot of changes in the mindset of people, because steel band music is a sweet, sweet music. I mean, I've been playing pan for a lot of years, so I could tell you.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
all right. Maybe we'll call it. What do you think about the caller's point? In terms of, pouring out more of the history. Maybe something that can be done free.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where he's coming from, because he's speaking about, what I heard, the individual bands, people knowing what they have done, and I think that this is something that is usually at Panorama. You hear how many times they win this and so on and so forth. So I don't think there's a lack of that. Maybe generally going forward. Now, as we sit here, I must mention Lou Smith at this juncture, based on what the gentleman has said, because he had a Saturday program where he dealt fully with pan. And in that particular program, he would speak to those things, May he rest in peace. We lost him a few days ago. And I think that over the years, of course, you'll get the Panorama winnings, how many this one has won, etc., etc. But pan is more than just competition as well. We have to remember that. The pan movement plays at different activities. You mentioned it a while ago. They play at the hotels and different restaurants and so on. In a very big way. They have their various community playings.
Yes.
Yesterday I went to Emancipation Celebration with the Cultural Foundation. You notice me?
Yeah. Yep.
Don't mess with me now. Give an explanation on that in a while. And there was a young man, Shirma Mars, my little cousin, playing the anthem beautifully on pan. Yeah. So pan is celebrated in a lot of ways, but the acceptance of it as a people, we have to come to terms with pan. It belongs to us. It not only belongs to us, and sometimes we miss how important things are to us. It's the only instrument that was created in the 20th century. What more we want than that?
I don't know.
This is not guitar, and this is not...
What I will add to, what I would say is that, based on what the caller said, I guided archiving.
Yes.
One, and I also guided... sometimes it's our culture, but it could get lost by lack of knowledge. So just share that knowledge a lot more, and let people understand the history, so they can be able to explain the journey, and there's a greater appreciation. Sometimes out of mind, out of sight.
Yeah.
We can't speak about it, and there's no conversation, so there's no interest. So Thank you, caller. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we do have another caller. We just get it before we take a wrap. I know we've been having you chatting for a wee bit with us this morning, but let's take our final caller for this segment. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, and how are you, sir?
Doing good.
Good. I just want to place on record my appreciation of the work done by the Grenada Steel Band Association. My good friend Joe, who is on the radio station now, my sister Shirma, had just a little wink with her last evening and tell her we're supporting the pan. She knows band. But overall, I'm very pleased with the trust towards steel pan in Grenada. I'm very impressed when I pass by the different band houses and see that the children are being called together, playing together, integrating in that kind of unity that we wouldn't see always with our young people amongst an instrument that has been created by our own black people. Most of all, my heart goes out to the junior rangers to see the effort, time, the kind of care, along with the community that support them or the management team that they put into that aspect of keeping the youngsters together and at the same time passing on the knowledge and the skill of the steel pan to them so that we can secure a bright future. I want to encourage persons to come out and support the pan. Support steel band. That has done tremendous good for generations of persons, including myself. And as we go forward to the Junior Panorama tomorrow, God's willing, and the Senior Panorama next Saturday, just be assured that pan is alive in Grenada, and to keep up the good work you are doing, especially with our youngsters. Finally, I would like to see a greater retention in the band. Our players are moving up faster these days, maybe for brighter horizons in education, development, or otherwise. But we have to find a way to nurture our seniors in particular. And I think it can come through more in having a pan festival of a classical nature. And of course, going back to the things we would have with our schools and encouraging persons to come out to listen to pan from a different point of view in terms of the music presented out of the carnival season. So my best wishes to all, and I ask that the public come out and support the steel band. That instrument created in the 20th century that also songs the tune of our emancipation as a people. Let us come out and give our support. Thank you,
caller. Thank you so much.
What a fabulous endorsement. And it was a pleasure seeing you yesterday as well.
It's a blessing.
A blessing.
Yes.
He spoke a book there, and I hope that his words would resonate across the nation and encourage folks to come out and bring the family. $10 for the kids. Yeah. Excellent opportunity to bring them.
50 for the adults.
50 for the adults. The journey of pan, the journey.
And let me just plug this in here for business corporations and big groups, right? We used to say posse.
The posse.
Back in the days, right? You get your posse together and you have 25% or more, you get a reasonable discount still on that $50 ticket.
All right.
Right? You can reach the Grenada Steel Band Association on Facebook, Grenada Steel Band Association, and Instagram. You can DM us there and we will respond to you. My number is 418-6767. I'm the PRO. You can reach the Spice Mass and all Spice Mass outlets, or you can also buy on Go to Fit.
Yeah.
Right?
So get your posses together. We go in pan.
Yes. Fantastic
I will
Saturday.
be there for sure. I never miss pan, No, pan is very dear to me, I keep saying that all the time.
I know. I think that's a wrap for this segment.
Yep.
All right.
It's pan in my blood.
All right, man. Once again, best wishes goes out to you, bro, and certainly all the best for Children's Carnival with the Panorama there, and fantastic Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, folks, we do for a break. Let's take it. We're coming back with much more. It's the Carnival Masquerade. We'll be right back. Don't touch it down.
Fly the Jones Swooch, it's Lava Man, your host for GBN, Spice of the Carnival Soca Monarch. You all saw the prelims, right? It was amazing, magnificent, off the chain. So this Friday, it's all about the semi-finals. So tell a friend, tell your family, walk with your crew, your squad, your posse, come out, come support your artist. It's going to be off the chain. Lava Man, your host for GBN, Spice of the Carnival Soca Monarch semi-finals. This Friday, and it starts at 4 p.m. So get there early, and as I said, tell a friend, tell your family, walk with your squad, your crew and your posse, come support your artists. I Lava Man will be your host. Fly the Joan.
More than one day for the jam, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the jam, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the jam, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the jam.
Flatlands Park Flagship and Print, together with Concept Events, present Pre-Day, the biggest show in Grenada's Carnival. Wednesday, August 7th, Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 9 p.m. Showtime 10 p.m. A celebration of the Jab, featuring the Minister of Jab, the Jab Boss, Talpri.
I am the Jab Boss, certain things I end.
Also featuring guest performances by TNT's Road March King, Mikhail Tasia, Nadia Batson and Sass, Cohen Dubois, Problem Child, Lil Rick, Med Pipe and Sadist, Lyrical, Wasway, Boise, Lava Man, Vaughn, Terror, The Governor, Skinny Banter, Super Flying Flip, Muddy, and Squeezehead, Temperance Dash, and a whole lot more. Also, a special surprise guest. All early bird tickets are sold out. Get your $100 regular tickets right now, and also get your VIP $600 tickets. It is the biggest event to touch down this Carnival 2024. Pre-Day.
Are you ready to play a game of What Am I? You must think fast to win against your opponents. Ready? Let's go! When I am in great volume, I can run fast, moistening everything in my path. What am I? Did you say water? That's correct. Stay tuned for our next challenge.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Mr. mentioned the wing carry, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power there.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake, I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
with you folks. It's Carnival Masquerade here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. Empty Sherms, we're back.
We have a invisible man is sitting here.
Yeah, he's there. Him or her is there.
We're back. A lot happening, you know. A lot. Well, let's start off with yesterday.
Yes.
I know they had something on the carnage.
It was called the Jab in the Evening.
Jab in the Sunset.
Jab in the Sunset of the Sun. I didn't get a chance. You know, sometimes after I get off here, there's so many other things I need to do. I didn't get a.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance either. But the crew that came in from the Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
A show that I've watched over the years, know some of the characters. Some of them have changed over the years. But from what I gather, the producer is a Grenadian.
Oh, really?
She's based, I think, in New York. She was on in an interview some time ago, 2 years ago. And she spoke highly of wanting to expose Grenada's music. I think they did something with Mr. Killer.
Yes, I remember that.
On one of their shows, and now they're here in Grenada for a carnival experience. So I think that's what took place on the Carnival. So more exposure for us, more exposure for a festival. You can't go wrong with that.
Programs of that nature have that wide audience.
Yeah, so you know, when you can get it, you take it.
Folks who may have never heard of Grenada, may hear about, may have heard about
great marketing for free, I hope.
Kind of marketing you can't pay for it.
You can't pay for it. But getting back to yesterday, very important day, Emancipation Day.
Yes.
And a call has been made. Once again, it's not the first time for the day to become a holiday.
Yeah.
Because that is the official day of emancipation.
I remember back then, there used to be a holiday, right?
No, it has never been a holiday. They usually have the August Monday as a holiday.
But we used to call it Emancipation Day.
It is called Emancipation Monday, funny enough.
Yeah.
I heard the Prime Minister making the comment that it was, as far as he can recall, the holiday was given for Rainbow City.
Yes.
But that is not really... The
story.
holiday has been there long before Rainbow City.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it was when we used to have horse racing in Grenada. So the August Monday and Tuesday were days for horse racing. Remember, in those days, we didn't have carnival at that time.
In August.
Right. So they got rid of the Tuesday and they just left the Monday, and it's all been called Emancipation Monday.
Okay.
But Emancipation Day is the first day of August.
And despite whatever day it falls on, we should be getting that holiday.
It is the first day of August.
Hopefully we do get it.
He has made the call for the Cultural Foundation, the Reparation Committee, Legal, and SEDU and so on to put together a proposal to the government for consideration of changing it back the day to its official day.
So what's going to happen to August Monday, the first Monday?
Well, that's left to be seen because that's another story. No, now call it Rainbow City Monday, you know. But we have made that call before. I know that it has been declared officially as Emancipation Day.
Okay.
Declared officially, and the previous government had asked that the Cultural Foundation continue to celebrate the day to bring more awareness of it.
All right.
Yeah.
So there were some activities in St. George.
They had a march from the old library area there. The Carnage was a place where a lot of slaves came in to the market square.
The market square.
Significantly, that's where they were sold and so on. So they had that march. It was poorly attended, I must say, but they had a very good activity yesterday at Spice Basket, and they had a very good turnout. And that was an excellent event. Well done, Cultural Foundation, Donald Lynn and the crew.
Yes.
They did a great job.
Yep.
You had Dr. Jacob there giving a entire rundown on the aspect of emancipation and slavery and so on and so forth. It was a bit lengthy, but very informative, you know. Today I wear my dashiki. Still celebrating.
Shirma, I think I need a jacket of that, a shirt.
You gotta get something, boy.
I need to get one of that. I need to get one.
Or else you might have to
I have always been interested in.
Alligator have a lot, you know.
I've always been interested, but never had the option of purchasing one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it came back
like.
full swing in recent years because in the 70s, when you talk about the Black Power movement, late 80s, 60s, 70s, everybody had a dashiki.
Yeah.
Ladies started wearing them as well. I wear it today in continuing the celebration of independence, and I wear this single layer of pearls.
Yeah.
And when I was getting ready this morning, my mind went on Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
She's a pearl lady.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, I decided I was going to wear it today.
I was wondering the significance of it anyway.
Yes. And the reason being, when we talk about emancipation, and what we have seen evolving, a black president of the United States, and today the possibility of a black, well, they say once one drip of blood in you is black, you're black.
You know, there's been a little talk about that.
Yes.
Not the conversation we want to get into.
The possibility of having a black female as the president of the United States. What does that signal for us? Without emancipation, these things would never have been possible.
Never happen at all.
So today I celebrate Kamala Harris with this pair of, everybody remember her when she became the vice president, her pearls.
Yeah.
So I'm free.
Happy to hear
Thank
that.
God I'm free.
Certainly happy to hear that.
So when we talk about freedom, the freedom that we have now, we must remember where it came from, emancipation. And let me further add this, GT. We talk, I think I did mention this to you before, we are going to celebrate our carnival. Our Caribbean carnival came for us as a result of emancipation.
Yes,
that is when the slaves came out into the streets and celebrated.
Because they were free.
They were free, and they were able to do their masquerades and in a very traditional and indigenous way. Yeah?
But you know, it's also the conversation you hear now, and even the, I mean, not that we want to get into the whole stuff, the American politics, but it's the word freedom seems to be coming up a whole lot in conversation with the candidates now. You hear the word freedom a whole lot.
Yeah. And you also have to remember that racism is very much alive and kicking high gas in the United States in particular. You know, you still have it. And could you imagine if there was no emancipation, what life would be like for black people in the United States at this stage?
And it's something we have to appreciate, a whole lot. Being able to be free as black people. And you know, in our hemisphere of the world, imagine if we didn't have that level of freedom for ourselves.
One good thing for us in this part of the world is that we are much freer than the blacks in the United States. When you think the journey that they went through, we were emancipated in the Caribbean before the United States. Yes. But look at the trials and tribulations over the years, even today. Because when we were free to do things within the Caribbean, as you would say, they were still kept on their wraps, if you could say that. You understand? You know, so we have to. But the most disheartening thing about emancipation is the proclamation that was read to the free slaves.
I do have a copy, you know.
You must read it sometime.
I do have, because it was explained to me, that, of course, a couple of days ago when I did have Donna Lynn, and of course, sorry I couldn't get her, the CEO. She was here, and they were talking about it, and they were talking about the passion that was felt when it was being read. From the others, they were having a particular meeting, and how the folks reacted to what was stated in the proclamation.
Well, you should have heard it. You should have heard it last night.
It was like they're doing you a favor for giving you freedom.
Britain, literally in that proclamation, felt that they were granting. Giving a favor, doing a favor
you should be glad
to the enslaved
doing
people.
That for you and
yes. You know, a right. And the dramatizing of it last night was excellent. But it is I think that we need to somehow bring that to the population out there. Let them understand what.
Because there's still a generation within our little Grenada who still doesn't understand the significance of it.
And as a result, do not appreciate Emancipation Day. Even the artists and the mass people, they ought to show some sort of regard and respect for Emancipation Day.
Why would you say that?
Because without it, they wouldn't be celebrating their carnival.
Yeah.
Remember, we talk about carnival in the pre-Lenten context,
yes,
which is basically the French issue, and we talk about carnival in the post emancipation, the freedom of the people in the August context. What more do you want than linking carnival, Caribbean carnival, with emancipation? The slaves weren't on streets parading in their various caricatures during pre-Lenten carnival.
Nope.
They were in the backyard.
Yes.
The master was having his big celebration in his big house and in his big front yard and so on.
And they had to do the work.
We adopted the mask, the feathers and pretty mask from them.
Yes.
But all our traditional masks, the verco, the jab that we love so much, all of that came with our ancestors onto the streets.
Yes.
The celebration. That is where freedom reigns. When we talk about carnivals of freedom of expression, the freedom of expression came on Emancipation Day. They said that the history tells us that the slaves waited with bated breath to hear the announcement that they were freed. Some went to church and others went on the street and celebrate, beating their drums and doing their various things.
Making their chants and all of that.
What more we want than that? So when we talk carnival in our context, in our Caribbean context, we must put emancipation with it.
It has to be inclusive.
Of course.
It has to be inclusive.
You know, when our artists sing calypso, of course, which is the mother of the genre all.
Yes.
Where did you think it come from? From their ancestors.
Being able to know a way of expressing
when you think about the griot from Africa, when they were on the plantation, when they sing and they sing against massa, this is a genesis of calypso. Yeah?
Yes.
The genesis of calypso took place on the plantation. So we must understand and show some homage and appreciation. And all these reasons make it even more important that we establish Emancipation Day as a holiday.
You're correct. I mean, more reference should be given to it. You know, where as you said, just by think of it, we getting that holiday for Emancipation Day, where all Grenadians, could congregate together and show their appreciation for us getting that level of freedom that we're enjoying today. It will be excellent. It will be a highlight.
Instead of having 15 persons parading from the post office, the library to the market square. Instead of having 15,
over the years,
we should have 1,500.
For over the years, we have never gotten that love for it.
No, a lot of effort has been placed. I don't know what it takes. I mean, let's face it, the folks in Seydu, they've been, in spite of the fact that the first Monday in August is not Emancipation Day, you have to give them credit for them keeping it alive, because they have a very vibrant march that takes place.
Yes.
Every year. They've been doing it for years. And it's symbolic to the whole emancipation. So you must give them credit for that, I know it is a difficult thing to determine whether to remove that day as a holiday and make the first a holiday or to keep both holidays. That is going to be the biggest task, I think.
Yes.
That they would have in determining that. But at the end of the day, we must be able to think differently as a people, appreciate that, and treat it with the desired respect that it needs to be treated with. When you watch the turnout, I know it's a hot day and all of that, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think it has to do with the knowledge and the mindset, and how do we think about emancipation. Even the artists of today, they ought to be part of that. That is where you got your freedom to sing. That's where it came from. Show some respect to it. Go there and celebrate it with the cultural foundation.
But that's where the foundation. I mean, you were once part of the foundation, but have you ever thought of being more getting the artists involved?
We tried.
Getting them involved.
We tried. We invite them. We encourage them. They don't. They don't even go to workshops.
Specific songs that will express, emancipation and so forth. It's a lot of keeping our history intact. It's important for the future of Grenada, for the youngsters who are coming up to continue to do this.
Look at Barbados and look at Trinidad and look at Jamaica on emancipation.
Yeah, but we always quick to adopt what others are doing.
No, I'm saying it to say that the people come out.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm saying we adopt the other ideas from these countries and the other practices of these countries, but not hold on to our own. You understand what makes us? I always think, in fact, we could always do things that were unique to Grenada, and we don't seem to want to do that at all.
Well, boy, we had to start changing the mindset. We have to start changing the way we look at these things.
We're 50 years old.
I older than that. Thanks for the compliment. No, but GT, we have to start thinking differently. I know the call has been made, for example, for ethnic, wear day, African wear day, and that call has been made for years now, and you hardly see it.
Why is the interest not there?
A lady reminded me of a show that took place down at the Trade Center many, many years ago. I happened to MC the show. It was African Liberation Day, and the High Commissioner of South Africa, based in Jamaica, came to Grenada on that occasion, and there was a event at the Trade Center. And not even half the place was filled. And this man stood up, and he was talking about the whole Mandela issue and so on and so forth. And he gave credit to a Grenadian who, living in England as part of their organization, did so much in the whole process, in the whole apartheid situation, that his surgery in England, he was a medical doctor, was burnt as a result.
A result of
a Grenadian man he was talking about, who happened to be Lord Pitt.
Yes.
Interestingly, that's my uncle. And when I heard the man saying this thing, and he was thanking Grenada for this man who helped in the process, and I said to myself, I mean, I wasn't the kind of person to tell the man that is my uncle or nothing. He innocently called his name in reference to the help that was given, and his surgery was burnt in England and so on. And when I look at the audience, there are about 50 people in the Trade Center. Yeah? African Liberation Day. I'm sure that man sorry he came to Grenada. Trust me, because he really expected to see a turnout.
Yes. Being a country of black, or major people in here, we are black people. So we should expect, we will expect that we show more appreciation
It was African Liberation Day.
But what incentive do you think is needed more to encourage us as people, black people here in Grenada, to show more love and appreciation, especially Emancipation Day and everything that surrounds the motherland and so forth? What is needed more? I mean, Carnival is one aspect of it, you understand, but
it takes a lot. It takes a lot of education. It takes a lot of. If you go back, GT, it would be before your time when you talk about the the era of Black Power.
Yeah,
in the
way
region.
before my time.
You heard a lot of talk about people wanting to go back to Africa, and that Africanism and the Angela Davis big afro and all of that we had, and we were much aware of the motherland and where we came from, and the history and so on. Unfortunately, it was brought under that very resistant kind of atmosphere, because Black Power was a very resistant era.
Yes.
We have not had any further education or instances or expose as it relates to a connection, Africanism. In recent time, you're hearing people making that journey individually to West Africa. I would say there is so much there to explore. There's so much there to teach our young ones. I just wrote a book on the Mona monkey.
Yeah.
And likewise, I hadn't a clue much about this monkey. I just know it's here in Grenada. But in doing my research, after writing the book, I had to write something about this monkey and so on and so forth. I found out that is the only animal that was ever brought into this country during slavery.
Okay.
From Africa.
So it never originated in Grenada?
No. The monkey was brought into Grenada by a sailor on one of the slave ships.
Taken from Africa.
One monkey. She was pregnant.
Okay.
He probably didn't want to keep her any longer because she's pregnant. Probably get her in Africa. Pregnant monkey. He left her in Grenada. That's how the Mona monkey got to Grenada.
Okay.
One single pregnant monkey. Obviously, she would have had her young ones. They would have been interbreeding. And hence the reason why they tell you that all of them look alike. When you go in Granatang and you see them, all of them look alike.
I actually have a video on my phone about a week ago where I was doing some work up there, and they just came around.
Yeah,
all
of them look
alike. I
alike.
have it on my phone right now.
Yeah. So this is an animal that came here, the only animal to come to Grenada during slavery.
Okay.
Yeah. Not only that, right now, there are only two places in the world you find that animal, that Mona monkey, and that's Africa. That is the west area in Africa.
Yes.
Ghana, the Cameroons. I understand it's now in Nigeria. Only part of the world, and Grenada.
But that is
all of that's
but that
part
could be a wonderful tourism incentive too,
It is. Well,
the one way to see in Granatang for people to play with that.
Interestingly, almost every tourist that go up into Granatang want to take a picture with that monkey. What are we saying? What are we doing? How are we appreciating it? How are we using it as a valuable asset in our tourism product?
Yes.
Tell me. JT.
We're not using
it. Just there. According to people, it's just there.
But there's a lot of them up there, you know that, right?
Well, yes, but the point at the end of the day, are we going to put any value on this little monkey? Come on, let's think about it.
Because we just seen it as
a monkey.
Basically, that's what we seen it as.
No, listen. You're talking about only two parts in the world that this little creature exists, Yeah. 2 parts in the world. That alone is...
We should be making more use of that.
But we're not. And I just say this to say, when you think of the whole aspect of emancipation, our ancestors, we enjoy our oil dung. We have to go beyond enjoying our oil dung. And I'll say this to you, our oil dung was probably something that was created out of necessity.
Yeah.
What they had, that's what they cooked.
So they just put everything in
not an easy food for us to eat,
Tisha, we due for a break. Let's take it and we come back in our final segment. Stay with us, folks. And in the next segment, if you do have, of course, a contribution to make, you can always give us a call, 435-2041, WhatsApp or direct. Give us a call and we share some more information for you when we come back. Stay with us. It's Carnival Masquerade here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. We coming right back.
Are you ready?
Fly the Jones Swooch, it's Lava Man, your host for GBN, Spice of the Carnival Soca Monarch. You all saw the prelims, right? It was amazing, magnificent, off the chain. So this Friday, it's all about the semi-finals. So tell a friend, tell your family, walk with your crew, your squad, your posse, come out, come support your artist. It's going to be off the chain. Lava Man, your host for GBN, Spice of the Carnival Soca Monarch semi-finals. This Friday, and it starts at 4 p.m. So get there early, and as I said, tell a friend, tell your family, walk with your squad, your crew, and your posse. Come support your artists. I, Lava Man, will be your host. Fly the Jones.
More than one day for the job, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the job, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the job, more than one day. Give me more than one day for the job.
Imagine for just $15, you can win free gate passes to any Spice Mass semi-final or final show or other top Carnival season shows of your choice. From now to August 10th, every time you spend $15 in Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway in a single purchase, check your ticket to see if the words "You are a winner" are written on it. Follow the instructions and redeem your winning ticket at any authorized show of your choice. All you have to do is present your winning ticket at the gate of your show of your choice for scanning. But guess what? The more $15 you spend in daily games in a single purchase, the more chances you have to win free gate passes. Compliments the NLA. Over 400 free gate passes are up for winning instantly, Monday to Saturday. Secure yours now. Spice Mass is on, and the NLA grants you free access. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, proud platinum sponsor of Spice Mass, making your carnival dreams affordable.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
The most anticipated carnival event is on Sunday, August 4th.
Get ready for Unbothered 2.0,
the Carnival Edition. It all goes down from 4 p.m. at the Oriza Car Park with live band music from the band Solid,
Rooney J, Superfly and Flint, Mr. Golden, and Worst Ways.
Real bad man drink rum from the calabash. Smoke high grade and grab a
DJs Just Gus,
and Graphic Sound.
Get your early bird tickets now for $200.
This is a food inclusive event. Cabanas and tables are also available.
Call 405-3889 to book yours.
Sunday, August 4th. Get ready, because this is no ordinary carnival event. It's Unbothered 2.0,
the Carnival Edition.
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming.
I'll tell you, master, I'm ready. Girl, I'm ready.
Welcome back once again. Is Carnival Masquerade here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. Myself and of course Tanti Shirma. So we talking all kind of thing this morning. We kicked off with Pan this morning, this segment, which was interesting to learn a lot about it. We of course we talk about the emancipation. Interesting conversation about that also. But our conversation today we lead to GBN Spice Up the Carnage. The Soca Monarch edition.
Big things are going.
Last week was interesting,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always those characters in terms of artists. If I can describe them.
Indeed. Well, I like to tell you.
In terms of their performance, it was
looking at the semi-final list, I probably
tell me the list of semi-finalists.
There the list.
Tell me the list of semi-finalists. Let me see.
Well, I can give you the appearance. Everything kicks off at 4 p.m. It says here, and appearing in the following positions: 1, Bucket, Kobe Eben. Bucket, what a name!
Well, people come up with those subriggers, right? Bucket. I guess it goes with individuals, their personality.
Yeah.
Some way they are in their community. For some reason, you got that name.
Or somebody must have hit him with a bucket too. As you say that, JT, I remember a guy went interfering with this girl, and they in those days they're going for water by the standpipe, and the girl, she pale. And the fella, she took the pill and she hit him one last. She gets startled.
They
had a song, A Whiter Shade of Pale. They call the fella A Whiter Shade of Pale.
Oh boy.
Anyway, in position number 2, SG Smoke Ghost. Well, maybe I should call the name. Kobe Eben is Bucket.
Yes.
Position number 1. Position number 2, Augustine Thompson, SG Smoke Ghost. In position number 3, Joshua Redhead, Little Josh. Position number 4, Tristan Charles, Trish. 5, Sade or Shade Felix, Sade. Number 6, Dwayne Young, Sheffield Official. I'm not sure if this one lived in England.
Yeah, Sheffield
Official. In position number 7, Michael Brown. 8, Rio St. Paul, Snakey. 9th, Mikey Charles, Guana. 10, Chad Wilson, Lizard Man. 11, Leroy Moses Williams, Moses Ranks. 12, Shamak Duncan, Shamak. 13, Gilbert Jero, K1. 14, Leonie Patrice, Baby L. And in 15th position, Weevil Mackey, Harry Braveboy, and Glendon Amada. That's a trio.
Yes.
Maddie, Harry Dan, and Zoom Boom. Zoom Boom.
They have an interesting song, I think their song came about after, during the dry season. They had this video on Facebook where they were saying they can't get the water.
Yeah.
Okay,
the water guys.
That was the water guys. So that's where those three actually came together and being in part of that.
And that is this afternoon at 4 p.m. on the Carnage. Folks, you can't afford to miss this.
Come out in your numbers and be part of it.
And Lava Man is the MC.
Is the MC.
This is the first time I
don't think he's calling himself MC. He's the host.
Sorry, Mr. Lava. Sorry, sir.
He's calling himself the host of the show. The host of the show
is Lava Man, and entertainment at the fullest. Yeah. You gotta go out and have a good Friday afternoon, live on the Carnage. Yes. And this is the semis. Then next
moving
Friday
to the finals.
Soca Monarch.
Spice up the GBN, Spice up the Carnage, the Soca Monarch edition.
And then you have Soca Monarch that same night.
Yes,
Friday night.
Interesting. It's Carnival 2024.
It is, of course, this is the first Soca Monarch GBN Spice Up the Carnage.
You remember Spice Up the Carnage back in the day?
Don't go there. You don't want to go there.
Let me don't go.
You don't want to go there.
Don't go there.
I've seen a few of them.
Yes.
The history of Spice Up the Carnage is a little bit clouded.
Yeah.
So we're going to not go to the then. But they've had it. It's been happening quite a number of years now.
Yes. I mean, I'm happy for the coming back of it. We can put it.
Yeah.
For the coming back of it.
I think they got sidetracked with COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
All right.
And they came back now with a difference, with a competition style.
There's a bit of a different aspect of it this time around, not just the regular artists.
Which is good.
Which is good.
One of the things we have to take into consideration that you have a lot of artists, new artists every year on scene that don't get the opportunity to enter into the competition.
May not have that level of popularity themselves. You understand?
And if I may say, Beach Jam comes up on Monday. It's going to be 26 times. No, not 26 years. If take away the 2 years for COVID, it should have been 28. But it's going to be the 26th Beach Jam.
Okay.
On Monday. And the purpose of that is for a similar reason, to give these artists an opportunity to perform. Because only X amount can go into the national competition. Yeah?
Yes.
And then you have some of them that don't even make it to the semi-level.
Some of them didn't even make it into the preliminary for reasons unknown.
So they get an opportunity. This is a platform for them. And let me tell you something, JT. You'll be surprised to know that every year I'm saying, I'm finished with this thing.
Can't be bothered anymore, and then you come back next year again.
But the artist comes after me. Miss Wells, you're going to do it? Miss Wells, and then I get the thing and I say, okay, we're going to do it again. But let me just say this to you. I can count probably 90% of the artists who have made it over the years.
Got their break from
That's right.
Got their break from
That's right. I mean, and Talpree happened to be the first Beach Jam king.
Yes.
Lava Man been there, Killer been there, Natty and what's his name?
Yeah.
I mean, Muddy and who. I could just go on and on and on and count them out for you. And one of our pride is a young man from Grandlands there. He's done work with Marshall Montano and so.
Hits.
No.
Is it Hits?
No. God.
What's from Grand Dam?
He has written not Hills. He's written some stuff.
I certainly know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's one of my fellas.
I just can't recall his name right now.
It's Rhymes. Teddy Rhymes.
Teddy Rhymes.
Yes. So and I will say this to you. There's one artist who amazes me every year in Beach Jam. I'll tell you who it is in a while. I don't say a word to him. But as long as he's in Grenada, he appears on Beach Jam. You know who that artist is?
Tell me who's that.
Mr. Killer.
Mr. Killer. All right.
A product of Beach Jam. So when I think about what it has done for a lot and what it can do for the young ones, that's the passion that comes to me. And we put it on.
All right. I mean, we need more events of that nature.
That is the longest running.
Beach Jam been running for forever.
Longest running.
You said only 26. You should have been 28, but it's been running a long time.
No other show, no other nature of that event.
And it's
longer than
it's also where, especially when folks visit the island, it's one of the most events that most of them attend to.
They love it. Mind you, interestingly, there are folks who we ask for support, sponsorship support, and for whatever reason, they don't seem to understand how important that sort of event is for the development of the art form.
Yeah.
Because from that platform, artists get the opportunity, and a lot of them amaze to the crowd that they sing to, that they never do at any other
Some of them probably got that stage fright broken from that event.
That's right. That's right. Some artists in the past I know used to come there to test what the crowd would be like when they
do ever make it to the next level.
You know. But anyway, it is what it is. But this afternoon,
we're talking
on the Carnage.
Spice Up the Carnage, Soca Monarch.
Soca Monarch semi-final
round. Yeah. Tanti Shums, we got a wrap.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I just want to say to the folks out there, have a wonderful Friday. Remember to go out and support the children tomorrow. Children's Carnival Frolic.
Children
Kiddies
between 3 and
Carnival.
16, you pay only $10.
Yes.
Adults, you pay $25.
Okay.
That's for the Children's Carnival Frolic tomorrow.
And you know that's one of the big shows for the carnival season every year.
Yeah.
Because you have the three aspects there. You have the parade of the bands. You have the Calypso competition and the Pan competition as well.
All right.
I honestly hope that this year they finish early enough.
Well, I'm seeing a start time at 11 a.m. All right.
I say that all the
11
time.
to 3. 11 a.m. No, not 3. It was me on the third. My apology. That's a date.
Yeah.
But they say starting at 11 a.m. So I hopefully we see.
Is that starting at 11 a.m. the parade from Ariza?
I'm seeing it's more for the junior panorama, and I'm seeing 11 a.m.
Oh, they're starting with the Pan first.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm seeing 11 a.m. So that will be interesting to get that wrapped up, because that's usually where the length of it comes in.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the Calypso part of it.
Yeah.
You know, the junior Calypso. We didn't even get to touch on that. But I'm seeing 11 a.m. for everything. But I'm not sure they're showing the Teacher Eddie Junior Calypso.
That's a Calypso.
They said 11 a.m., but I'm not sure it's for the overall start of the event.
The Calypso usually is the last component there.
Yeah.
Because normally they start out in front of Ariza, and the bands would parade to the park.
I guess that's when it starts at 11.
At 11.
At 11, okay.
I don't know if all simultaneously the Pan will be starting at 11 as well.
Okay.
Well, we never know. But at the end of the day, folks, tomorrow it's all about the youngsters in our society or children. Go out and support them in a big way.
I will certainly agree with that.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, Tanti Sherms, next week again, once the Almighty permits, health, strength, everything else in between.
Indeed.
We will be back here to do this for you once again. Hey, folks, it's been an interesting week here on for me. So once again, join me again next week. Have a good one, folks. That's where we say goodbye until.